Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mama Knows Best, mostly with Carly and Becca. And we want to talk with you today about how unfortunate it is that we cannot take sick days from motherhood because I personally am going through that right now. Juliana, or no, sorry, my brain. I haven't been feeling well, right? My throat hurts. I'm tired. I feel like my brain has just been like in a tizzy, and I just want to like lay down, curl up in bed, and we cannot do that. I can't call out sick from taking care of my child. And it is so hard sometimes because you need all the energy you can get to be a mom. Like you have to fill your cup. And I feel like I find myself in this cycle of burnout, which I don't know if you also feel that, Becca, but sometimes I'm like, I don't even know if I'm getting sick or if I'm really just so drained.
Yeah,
But like, where do I turn?
right. I mean, I feel like this is where the conversation comes in that you need a village, because this is the only job I've ever had where I have no PTO, no sick days. It doesn't matter if I'm very sick or not. I have to be up and ready, and Vienna wants to play and we have to play. And all I want to
Yeah.
do is lay down and just rest off whatever sickness or possibly burnout. But It's just it's hard. It's so hard. I mean, when I was sick for the first time when I had Vienna, I had the flu. I didn't know I had the flu, but I was feeling sick, and I was like, this is wild. Like moms are superheroes because I literally felt like I could just go to sleep for days. Like I just needed to sleep it off and
Right.
couldn't. Vienna wants to play. There's no, hey, I'm not feeling good. Go watch TV. No, that doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, and to add to that, I know both of us have been struggling with migraines only because guys, there have been so many days where we both are like opposite, like where either Becca's down for the count or I'm down for the count with the migraine. And like even that, I mean, migraines, I've never ever had a migraine before. And I think I'm experiencing this postpartum with like my hormones. I'm actually going to see a neurologist tomorrow. That's besides the point. But I've had 5 migraines in the last 2 weeks that have put me out of commission to the point I've had to actually leave my job to go home. Thankfully, my mom was there and I've gotten into bed and slept for 2 hours. Where
Yeah,
like
that's debilitating. A migraine is literally debilitating.
But the reason I'm saying that is like, thankfully, it fell on days where I had the help. Because if it hadn't, getting into bed wouldn't have been an option. I would have had to literally suffer. And I can't be like, oh, Jules, go lay down. Like, it doesn't work like that. Mommy needs a rest. What does that mean to her? Nothing.
Right.
So, and I know for you, like, Zach has also been so helpful, but
Yeah.
it's just another reminder. And, like, you're right, it does take a village. And I. I worry for the days that I feel what I've felt where I just don't have that village
Right.
because people have lives, right? Like
Right.
I can't expect everybody to drop what anything at the drop of a pin because
I
I'm
mean, you
like, "Oh,
always
I
have
don't
me.
feel
If I don't
well."
have a migraine that day, I will be here
Thank
for
you.
you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But it's just crazy motherhood with that.
It really is. It really is. I mean, there are days where so I'm on birth control and this has happened last time, but after a certain period, a certain amount of months on this birth control, I'll get migraines and I'll have just really bad period cramps, really bad, and migraines at the same time. So it's horrible and I really can't function. And I would put Vienna, Zach works from home. So I'd put Vienna down for a nap and I'd be like, I'm just going to go close my eyes for a little bit. 3 hours later, I wake up and I'm feeling great, but it's 3 hours later. And thankfully, Zach got up and got her dressed and put her in her playpen and kind of does his best to work while she plays. And
Right.
it's hard because I feel bad that I'm not present and there for her, but at the same time, it's like I can't function. We can't play with your music toys around me when I have a migraine. Like
But
we just have
isn't
to
that
shh.
wild? Like the mom guilt you feel for like removing yourself for a second because you're
Right.
unwell?
Right.
Like,
When I had food poisoning, I literally was like, "Oh, be right back. You're just gonna go like throw up," and then I'd have to come back and be like, "Hello," and it's just like I felt so guilty because I'm like sitting there throwing my guts up, and I'm like, "God, she's probably wondering where I am. Like, I gotta get back there."
I know. It's really, and I mean, little people, little problems that like I'm sure there's going to be a time like we're both sick and like how am I supposed to help you if I can't help myself? But like what's wild is that mom strength because somehow you just keep going
Somehow it
and
gets
like
done.
it gets done and you're still entirely caring for another human being while putting your needs aside. And there's just nothing in this world that compares to like I guess that feeling because you could be violently ill and somehow still show up. And that's where it's like that's true love.
That is because at my job, I would feel, like a slight chill, and I'd be like, I can't go in. And like now it's like I don't even notice that I had, like a sore throat all day because I was busy. I
Right.
had to do what I had to do. So it really takes a
Right.
lot more to knock me out, which is nice. But at the
No,
same
that's
time, it's
so
like when it
true.
does, when it does, it's
I
rough.
know. It's hard because like I I at least feel like I'm wrong sometimes for like and also I have such a hands-on husband and Juliana's father and like for you likewise, but I personally just feel like I can't even step away for a second sometimes. Like
Right.
if I if I don't, I don't know. But yeah, so with being sick obviously and like then on top of that, it's so I've had a sore throat all week and she's been a little fussier. But like, I don't know if her throat's also hurting her. I don't know if she got a sore throat from me. Like, that's where it's also so hard because, like, maybe she's sick. Maybe she's got like the worst sore throat and cannot communicate that to me.
Right.
How am I supposed to know?
Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know. And you mentioned about burnout too. It's like every I'm so busy and I love being busy. And I feel bad like doing all the things that I want to do during the week. Like there's, nap time, but she's down to one nap a day. But so like there's not much time. So to avoid burnout, what I've been doing is just taking all of my days super slow. And I know not everybody has this opportunity, but we take every day super slow. And then on Fridays, she goes to my in law's house and spends the day. And that is like bust a move day. That is like it's nonstop. Do not sit. I'm driving here, driving there. I'm doing this errand. I'm doing that errand. I'm getting my hair done. I'm going, making content. I'm prepping the meals. I'm food shopping. It's like everything. Like do not sit gets done on Fridays. Everything. I batch my content for the week. Like it's just nonstop. And that does help. That really does help a lot. But I know that not everybody has a village to do that for them. And not everybody has
Right.
the opportunity to spend all the other days just
Yeah.
hanging. So that's just what's helped me. Because at first I was like, oh, stay at home mom, I could do this by myself. No, really, no. You
I
still need
know.
somebody, especially if you're doing other things, not just being a stay at home mom, like you have a small business or, you know, you want a food shop. Like it's really nice to have the help
I
once a
do
week.
have to say, pardon me, I have a little tickle in my throat. Um, I was never somebody who enjoyed doing my grocery shopping online. I'm not sure we spoke about this, but
I don't
the
think so.
last two or three times, I hate it actually because I like to, it's like time well spent for me. Like I find it to be like almost a peace of mind now. But Juliana I'm sorry. Juliana and I literally just messed up her name. What just happened?
It's okay. You're having a moment. You're having a day you don't feel good.
Yes, Juliana and I used to every Monday go to Trader Joe's. Like that was our morning routine. She'd wake up, we would have breakfast and go to Trader Joe's. And I actually am so sad that I don't have Mondays off anymore because that was like the absolute best. Like
That was
it
like a
was our
nice
little
little
errand.
event.
Yeah. But that being said, now working full time, my only days to food shop are Saturdays or Sundays, and like the
Ugh,
grocery stores are a
it's the
nightmare.
worst. It's
A
the worst.
nightmare. So I'm refusing to go. Like I'm not doing it. So I've been doing my grocery shopping online, and I do have to say it's been really really nice to like cut out the getting in the car, getting the stroller out of the car, getting Jules into the stroller, doing the food shopping, getting the items from under the cart to pay, getting the bags, bringing them to the car, getting the bags in
It's
the
so
car, getting
much
Jules in
work.
the
You're
car. Like,
sweating.
it's so much work. And then to have to get them all into the house, put the frozens away, put the cold stuff in the fridge. It's a lot. So, getting
It
it to my doorstep, it has helped. I don't know. I'm not like sold on where I want to food shop from now. If I'm ordering like Whole Foods, I've done like Amazon Prime, but now Wegmans I think is on Instacart.
See, that's
So,
interesting. That's
yeah,
interesting.
so I
I
might
love
try
Instacart.
that next. Yeah. Yeah,
It's so
so do
good.
I.
Like ever since literally I never like thought to Instacart before because I like to pick out my own produce especially. Like
Yes,
nobody picks
that's
out
the
produce like me.
problem.
Right.
That's the problem.
So when I was on bed rest, like there was really Zach was working. Like there was really no other option but to Instacart. So I started ordering on Instacart and it was fantastic. I got sick of not having the right produce. So now what I do, and this might work for you, is we will order everything except for produce on Instacart. And then when I have time, Vienna and I will go take a trip to the store just for produce. Like, and it's a
Hmm.
lot easier because it's like I put one of those like shopping
Yeah.
bags on my shoulder and I push the stroller and we're just produce, like
Hmm.
nothing too heavy, nothing too crazy. It's one bag that just whatever I can fit
Hmm.
in the bag is what I buy. And so it's still nice because we get out, we do what we want, we get to pick our produce, but I'm not lugging up, 4 gallons of milk every week because
Yeah.
that's
Well,
what
that also
she's
might be
drinking.
possible for me to like do on the way home from work while the nanny is still there is just like running into the store to grab my produce then. Like that's
Yep.
much easier than being like, "Oh, I'm going to go do whole food shopping."
Right. We do like meat farms, they have great produce or like Uncle Giuseppe's. I know not everybody has that. That's like such a New York thing, but
Yeah.
that's just like my fresh stuff that like I need to pick
I
out like
usually
little
will
things.
run to North Shore Farms. Have you
Hmm.
been there?
No.
I think there's only one in Nassau, one in Suffolk. I don't think there's
Interesting.
many on the island.
What is it called?
Um, North Shore Farms.
Okay.
I feel like I would maybe compare it somewhat to like an Uncle Giuseppe's, but much smaller and much smaller, but
Oh.
like clean, healthy,
Yeah.
organized. I don't
It's
know. I don't
cute.
know if that's
Okay.
the right.
It's like a
Yeah,
farm stand, but a
ish. Yeah.
supermarket. I
Yes,
love that.
exactly. Exactly. So, no, but that's good advice. Maybe I'll try that out next time.
It works. It
Cuz
works for
all it
us.
takes is one rotten blueberry and the whole thing is done, you know?
Yes, and that's why it's like I literally can't have someone else pick out my produce, but it's like the things that you can order is like, Zach and I love sparkling water, like seltzer in the cans. We have a mini fridge that we just stock with it, and we just love them. I'm not lugging that
What
up with
kind
the
do you
stroller.
guys get?
Whatever's on sale, honestly.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, I try like, Polar is usually on sale a lot, but then also
Yeah.
sometimes the store brand, but I get picky about the flavors. I like pink grapefruit. That's it.
Yeah. Polar has that.
Yeah, Polar has that, and so does is it LaCroix? I think has like pamplemousse.
Yep.
It's basically grapefruit. It's so
Yeah.
good. So
We
yeah,
get
like I
that
don't want
from
to lug up heavy
Costco.
things or like if I need like sauces or something, frozen food, like I don't need to pick that out. It's all kind of the
Yeah.
same. But when
Yeah.
it comes to produce, it's like, "Oh, look, we're going like on a little spree together and it's like 30 minutes total time and it's not so bad."
We'll
So,
have to meet
hopefully.
when they start doing them again. I think it's usually like closer to the end of spring. But there's a farmer's market in St. James, like a street fair farmer's market that
Yeah,
Justin and I would take Juliana to. So
they do
that
one
was really
over
cute because,
here.
oh,
Every
cool.
Sunday. They do it all year
Great.
round, but like right now they do it indoors in like this
Oh,
the village building or
we should
whatever.
do a little girls' day.
I would love that. I love it there. It's so nice when it gets nice. You walk around and it's all like beautiful and they have all the fresh farms that come from out east and it's every Sunday. So it's like I think once it
Amazing.
gets nicer, that will be our produce shopping, you know?
Right,
Hope
right.
maybe,
It's so
hopefully.
funny the things that I now look forward to on the weekends versus what I used to look forward to. Like Friday nights are most exciting outing that we like look forward to. Like, oh, it's Friday night, is we're going to BJ's. Like that is our Friday night.
I love that.
And now like Sunday farmers markets. Like I feel
Yeah.
like a completely different person
Yeah.
than pre Carly mom. Like I'd be like, we're going to brunch. Where's the mimosas? Like,
Endless mimosas. Well, you know what's so funny about that is yesterday, I met one of my friends in the park. She has two kids. I have Vienna. And her and I sat on the bench and we just laughed the whole time while our kids played in the park. And it's so funny because she's my friend from college. Like the things we used to look forward to and get into are most definitely not what we're getting into now.
right,
And it was just so funny because we're sitting there talking and we're like, we used to like one time I showed up at my parents' house in college. Someone dropped me off, and me and my friend, I'm not going to put her name, um, they dropped us off at my parents' house, and I got sick coming up the driveway because I was very hammered. And my mom was like questioning my friend who was at the house, and she goes, "I plead the fifth. Like I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna talk."
that's
And
a good
it's
friend.
just so funny because now here we are sitting on a bench watching our kids play in the park on a random
Right.
Tuesday. Like it's just like so wild. But it's what's so good is those friends who can follow the different seasons with you because obviously we all go through different seasons in our lives. And now that we're in mom life season and like the party girls in the past,
Right.
it's nice to have new friends that are in the same season and also old friends who are coming into the season. But not only that, is friends who are in a different season but still value your change and still stick by
Major.
you.
Major.
Major, major. Like I have a best friend who doesn't have kids. She doesn't have a husband or a boyfriend. We live very different lives. Like at the moment, her priorities and my priorities are very different. But that girl is here for me and I am here for her. She's like, "Oh,
Mhm.
I'm going to a speed dating." And I'm like, "Yeah, send me everything. Send me the details, blah, 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 blah." And then I'm like, "Oh, I'm
That's
planning Vienna's first
amazing.
birthday. Oh, send me the details." Like, it's so important. So even if you're listening to this and you have a friend that's not in that same season as you, just know that they can support you. Like if they wanted to, they would. You don't have to be in the same season
Yeah.
to be friends still.
Well, and then on the other end of that, it's okay to let go of the friendships that may no longer serve you. Like I feel like I do have a lot of I don't even want to say like they were party friends, but they were like my going out people. They were the
Right.
let's have fun. Like I guess at the end of the day they weren't the people that I would call in a crisis, which is
Right.
fine. But of course they haven't followed me into motherhood because that's not who they met me as and that's not why they enjoyed my company, like
Right.
and I've come to terms with like just letting those friendships go and maybe when they enter a season like motherhood, we'll reconnect and like
Right.
we'll get it again. And there's no hard feelings towards that and animosity or anything at all, but simply like that You just have to like continue on your path. Someone's on a different. And again, though, if they wanted to maintain a relationship that's different, they can.
Yes, exactly. And yes, like you said, it's not like I'm keeping all of my friends from the party days because there are some friends that I just our values do not align anymore. And in party days, that's not
Who
important to
cares
you.
about that?
Right. That is not a priority. But
Yeah.
now that I'm a mom, there's just I don't have time for BS. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Oh my
Like
God, wait. I need to share a piece of X-rated information on here right now.
I'm listening.
Okay. So last night I gardened for the first time since before being pregnant.
Oh God.
And so like a long time. What's that? 15 months plus 9. I'm bad at math. 15, 16,
That's like
17,
at least
18,
2
19,
years,
20,
right?
21, 22. 22 months. So 2 months short of 2 years. And a very similar conversation to when we had spoken about drinking and being intoxicated and, around our child. I am someone who would garden privately just to help reduce anxiety, to help me sleep, and to like bring me down sometimes. Also enjoyed like slow paralysis in moments, but like whatever.
Mhm.
Um, that being said, am not here for it anymore. Like,
Really?
yeah, and like I don't get me wrong, was fine last night. But I just like as I sat there, I was like, I
Mm,
don't want to feel like this. Like
yeah.
I maybe once in a blue moon, but like if my daughter needs me, I want to be functioning at 150%.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's why like I was always the girl that would be down. Oh, we're
Yeah.
doing shots, down. Like I'm
Right.
never gonna deny a drink or a fun time.
Right.
But ever since having Vienna, it's like if she's around, I have to be on my A game. I don't enjoy it the same. I
Yeah.
like it's almost like my body is fighting away the like
Right.
relaxing tipsiness. My
Right.
body's like, no.
Right. No, I know it's so weird. And I know we were both tipsy when we recorded last.
Hmm.
Somehow that happened. But even still, like, I feel like that was a struggle. And like
It
one beer,
was.
one
Right. One
freaking
drink. I
beer.
had
And
one drink. Right.
like, it just is so crazy because, like, who is she? That's like, I look in the mirror and
That's
I'm like,
I constantly ask myself that. Who is that?
who are you?
Who is this looking at me in the mirror? She
So,
looks
and
like me.
yeah, and that's why I feel like sometimes it gives me a bit of an identity crisis because I'm like, if I don't enjoy going out, if I don't enjoy, because like I was a major extrovert and now I'm most definitely like transforming into a shell of a human. Like
Yeah.
the less the smaller the circle, the better. And it's like I don't want to stay connected to old hobbies that don't serve me and provide me happiness, but like I also don't know where to turn to find joy in something new. Like you can't just pick up being creative with something out of nowhere.
You can I think you
I mean,
can.
I guess you can. Yeah, but then you need the time and the effort and the energy,
It's
maybe.
the time and the energy for sure. I mean, that comes down
Yeah.
to a whole time management thing, but I used to scroll on TikTok at night. That was my thing. Hours just enjoying the laughs, the fun. I liked it. And I gave that up to do like content creating or a podcast. Like I just thought for me, I'm like a psycho, so I feel like nobody can relate with this, but like I don't like to just do something for nothing. Like everything I do has to have a purpose. It has to be like benefiting me in some way. Like and
Yeah.
that sounds wrong, but like it has to be benefiting somebody in some way.
I
You
don't
know what
think
I
that
mean?
sounds wrong. You have
Well, I don't
we
want
all have
it's not
24
like
hours.
everything I do has to benefit me. Like it has to benefit something.
There's just purpose behind it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just watching Vienna stand at the edge of her crib, looking like she's gonna jump out. But she's supposed to be sleeping. Zach is now in there. See, this is what I'm talking about. He's working, but he's now in there.
Did he
So
also see her standing up or was she
I'm
crying?
sure. No, I'm sure. No, she wasn't crying.
That's so
She's just
funny.
standing up now. And that's the problem now that she's getting bigger and now can stand up. She putting her down for bed is not as easy because she just stands up.
So we went through that too, and like it was funny. Jules would like stand up, but then get tired from like crying and like plop down, and then she'd like regain energy, stand back up, and this was like a cycle that we went through. Um, and then eventually she got to the point where she like learned how to self soothe. I'd say honestly like 12, 13 months
Okay.
and like will lay down, but it's you do have to like go through the and I was never someone who was like I'm going to let her cry it out. We spoke about this, but it's nice to see that she's figured it out sometimes.
Yeah. Like I don't let her
I don't
cry it
mind
out.
intervening. Yeah,
Right. Like I don't let her cry it out, but like if she's sitting there whining, I'm not going in there. You're whining.
right.
But if she's
Right.
crying, I'll be there. Mom is on her way.
It
Like, but
it goes
whining is
back to
no.
just knowing. It goes back to just
Yes.
knowing the difference and mama
Right.
knowing best and like that's real, that's not.
Right. Whining is going to get no response from us.
Yeah.
We don't whine. I hate the whining. We're not going to do that. So, whining gets ignored. If you want something, you can call. She knows how to do this. Mama or dada, call for somebody or actually cry. But like whining is getting nowhere.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's so
she's a really good girl though. I mean, right now she's just like talking. I can hear her talking. She's and Zach's still in
the
there.
I know you guys have like that miniature crib, right?
So we did get the nested crib. Best thing ever. It was miniature instead of a bassinet, and then you just add the pieces that come with it. And now it's a big full crib. And
So can you lower it still?
no, it's on its lowest right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna actually investigate because my mom was like, it has to go lower than that, but I don't think it does. And then there's a toddler bed part, so it all comes. It's like a 3-in-1 crib. So now there's a toddler bed
Okay.
piece, but I won't put the toddler bed together because it's like on the floor. I'm not putting that together until absolutely every single piece of furniture over 10 pounds is drilled into a beam in my wall.
Ugh, I know. I know exactly why you're saying that too. Did you
I
read
saw
what
I
I'm
saw
thinking?
something the other day,
Yeah,
and
me too.
I
And I haven't. I have my brain has not turned it off, and everywhere I go in my house, I'm like so scared because
you saw the same thing I saw probably, right?
I need everything to be anchored, and
Yeah.
we have so many mirrors that are just leaning against the wall.
I used to have mirrors leaning, but now I
And
have one hanging, but I'm like, is it hanging strong enough?
right. So that's my fear, even with these anchors, right? I fear, like, sometimes I'm like, but isn't it safer? And who am I to ask these questions? No one, but like, what if it's hanging on the wall and it falls the same, like an accident, the same way it could flip a different way? It's like wrong place, wrong time type of situation always, but I'm just so scared. And
Same.
yeah, Justin and I need to like go through every room and really
Yeah.
figure this
Like
out
literally
and or
anchor
just
every
like
room.
remove things. Like if we don't want to put the effort into anchoring it, that's fine. But like then we don't need the
Right.
mirror or
Right. And like
I don't
that's
know.
the thing. We have a cat tower. Like it's like probably 6 feet tall. And
Yeah.
Zach's like, we should anchor that. And I'm like, I don't think we have to anchor that. I will pull on it like a baby would, but with my weight, which is way heavier than she'll ever be, hopefully, like in any time
Right.
soon. And so I'm like pulling myself up on it and it stayed. So I'm like, that's good. Because I don't really know how to anchor that. But like
Yeah.
there's like a bookshelf and like that needs to be anchored and it's in her room. And like she's not walking yet
Yeah.
by herself. So like there's nowhere that she's going without me.
Right. Right.
But like if I put her in a toddler
I mean,
bed
it
and
also
she's just
takes
stepped
like
out. It takes 2
one
seconds.
second
Literally 2
for her to
seconds.
learn, like even learning to walk. It's like, oh, there she goes.
Suddenly she's walking.
Like,
Right, but then it's like, what about the
right.
high chair? I can't affixate the high chair to the wall, but she can, like,
Yeah.
that'll fall. Like, I mean, I guess it's not heavy enough per se, but, like, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, but right. Right. No, I know.
I don't know.
We actually just took the top part of her high chair off of the high chair part, and we
Okay.
put it onto a normal kitchen
Yep.
table chair.
Yep.
So she's
Smart.
like, and you can still put like her tray on it. So like she's at the dinner table with us essentially.
I love that.
Um, but yeah, I mean, with all of these things that we see and the accidents that happen, I mean, they do
It's so
happen,
sad.
and the scenarios are things you would never actually imagine or think could happen. So it's like walking around your home with like such this like precise thought process of like scenarios, and like for me my intrusive thoughts lead
Same.
the way.
Yep.
But like I've recently saw even like hanging your coats or your bag on like the chairs in the kitchen, which we do all the
They
time.
could pull.
Right. Right. So I just
I
feel
just
like
need
we
a
need to make a
padded
bunch of
room.
changes.
I just need to
Yeah,
pad my whole
essentially.
room. Ugh.
Yeah,
It's so
I know.
stressful.
Well, we thankfully have our gates in at the top and the bottom of the stairs, which have given me a lot of relief. Just for those like split seconds where I'm like, where'd you just go? Like you were
Right.
just here.
Right. They're quick.
Um,
They're quick.
they're quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I hear you on that. And if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I've been meaning to, get that anchor, do it. We
This is
won't
your
force you to
sign.
get that.
Anchor those
Yeah,
things.
it's a
That's the most
priority.
important thing to come out of this episode right now. Anchor
Truly. I mean,
your
yeah,
furniture. Add it to the
yeah.
honey-do list. Get up and do it yourself right now. Like it's
I wish
really
I was good
important.
at those things. I would really do it. I just don't know how to do that.
I'm just gonna learn. I told Zach to do it. I told him by Sunday to have it done. And if it's not done by Sunday, I'm gonna learn.
Catch Becca and I watching YouTube videos
Absolutely.
and going
Oh
to
yeah.
Home Depot to
I'm
buy
not
some
even gonna watch a
tools.
YouTube video. I'm just gonna figure it out. Just like I built the shelf when I was pregnant. I figure it out.
True.
And I feel like that's
True.
what mom life is all about anyway. You just figure it
Yeah.
out. I don't
Well, that is the truth. And that's a good place to end because
know.
I have to go back to work.
Yes, and I have to go tend to this baby that is refusing a nap. So perfect.
All right. Well, guys, I know that we touched on a few things today, but hopefully one of the topics was relatable. Please, again, reminder, anchor the things that you must in your home just for safety. You never want to think about what you should have done. The walls could be patched.
Right. Even
Your
if it's a
heart
rental. I mean,
could
I'm in a
help.
rental. No amount of security deposit is worth
Yeah.
like the life of a baby. So anchor that shit. That's it. Stay anchored.
And drink lots of emergency so you stay healthy and never have to worry about a sick day.
That's right. Listen to us.
Um, yeah, but thank you again for listening. Episode 12. We're so excited. And guys, start throwing topics at us. Like, if
We're
you want
ready.
juicy stuff, come at us. Like, we've got it.
Please.
All right. Well, Becca, go tend to that baby of yours,
Yeah,
and we will chat a little bit later.
absolutely. Thanks for listening.
Bye, everybody.